Hi there, I'm Nick Anderson of Nick Anderson and the Skinny Lovers, and this is a how-to video on how to play 24. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to get a capo and put it on capo 4. So this whole song's in capo 4, and then the chords I'm going to tell you are relative to that capo as well. So first chord we're going to do is a C, but we're not going to do your normal C. We're going to change it up a little bit. So I put the fingering on the screen for you right there, and so I want you to put there, there, and there, just like it shows there. And then we're going to have the bottom E string open like it shows, and you're actually going to use your middle finger to block the sound of the E string. So we press down and have it just lightly holding on that so it's a dead string. And that's the first chord of the song. Now you hold that same shape and you just move it up 2 frets onto the 4th and 5th fret. So it's just a slide with that same shape. So practice holding that shape. It might be kind of hard at first, but basically you're just holding your shape really tight there on the fretboard and then just sliding with it. Then we move to a G chord. Now your normal G chord, you would have your ring finger or your pinky on the E string. But for this, you're going to put it on the B string and leave that E string open. So it sounds like that. So that way you get that kind of ringing E string that whole time. So then you go. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and we just came from the C shape, and then we went to that G shape, and then you're going to take your middle finger, you're going to lift it up, and you're going to put your pointer finger on what would be F sharp normally, or the 2nd fret. And you're just going to hit that note, and that's your 3rd chord. So but you have to be careful, you don't want to strum all the strings on that. You could. But I hit that top note and then the bottom. Now you'll notice after I get through that, I kind of do a hammer-on back to the C. So I got just my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret B string, and then I'll play and then hammer on the other 2 of the C. So you're keeping that shape above the string so that you're good to go. Right back into that part again. So what we've got so far is our C shape, sliding up, and then the G shape, and then to the 2nd fret with your pointer finger there, to the hammer on. So again, that's once you master that, that's pretty much the entire verse. So I worry that I won't reach my dreams before I die, so I'll try to stay awake on fall asleep. Now you'll notice that not every time do I do the slide up. I kind of wait for those moments where there's not as much singing, and I kind of lead that. It is just something to keep your ear interested when there's no singing there. So now into the pre-chorus, it's the same chords, but you're going to palm mute them. So you're going to take your palm, I know some of you know what that is, but you're going to take your palm and you're going to put it against the strings on the back there by your bridge, and then you're just going to strum the strings while your palm's on the strings, just to kind of mute them, thus palm muting. Like that. So same chords. The C shape, G shape, second fret. That's where, I'm singing that. I'm 24 years old and I still don't know where I'm going. 24 years old. And then at the very end of it, you open it up for the chorus to start in. 24 years old and I still don't know. Now this is where we change. So I'm going to take your E minor shape is the start of the chorus. So still don't know. E minor shape. Now the E minor shape is what starts the chorus. But then we don't go back to our normal C that we've been playing the whole time. We just go back to the C you learned in the chord book. So and that's C. We'll fight for. And then to the G. But this is your normal G that you learned in the chord books with your ring finger on the E string, but you're also going to cover the B string. So you're covering these two strings with the G. So the B and E string both are covered with your pinky there, or with your ring finger. Kind of gives it that pretty tone. So we got the E minor, we got the C, and then we got the G with covering the B string. And then I trick you, I go to a D there, just a normal D. Now you can just play the D there. I make it a little fancy and I add the pinky on the E string, 3rd fret, which would be a G normally. So you're going E minor to C, to G, down to D, and then add that pinky. So once you add the pinky, then I pick the B and the G string quickly after that. So it's a pull off, so you hit so you're putting your pinky on the E string on the 3rd fret, and then you're lifting off. Now as you lift off, you kind of want to pull the string down so it kind of plucks it from the opposite end. And then you'll pick the B and the G string. Like that. So. And then we just go right back into the verse. Once you get that done, you can do some of the fancier stuff in this song too. You'll notice that when I go into the 2nd verse, I have a tiny little riff. It's that's just to kind of introduce the 2nd verse as something new. But the way we'll do that is something called sliding. So you'll start to play the normal verse. Go to your G, instead of going to that second fret where you move your pointer finger like we talked about, you'll take your ring finger and you'll hit the 3rd fret E string, and then you'll slide it up 2 frets to the 5th fret and back, and then pull off. So you're going, and then you do the same thing on the B string. So it's a pick, slide, slide, pull off, and then pick, slide, slide, pull off. E string to B string. So and then you go right back to that C shape. So that's pretty much all there is to the song. Now, one thing that is a little bit different is during that bridge part where we're palm muting the same chords as the verse. The gears are turning and I feel low. And then when we get to what sounds like another chorus where I'm singing I'm 24 years old, and then we've got the end where, you know, people are going, what? All the whoa parts. We just hold that verse chords the entire time. We don't go back to the chorus, the E minor. We just hold the verse chords. So the gears are turning and I feel alone. And then we're getting to the end. 'Cause I'm 24 years old. That sometimes I'll go back up into the, and I kind of just do that when I feel it, when you have those breaks in the woes, and it just needs that extra little spice. So same thing that you guys can do at home when you're feeling that part. You just kind of slide it up. So that's how you play 24. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you liked this video, make sure you hit subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, like it, share it. Hope you enjoyed it, and again, this was 24. Thank you.